What's good, y'all? It's your boy Mixtape Moth, and today I'm gonna hit y'all with my quick thoughts on this new album from Takeoff and Quavo entitled "Only Built for Infinity Links." So, after the album title for this had been released some months back, I became really curious as to how the project would sound, given that the title was directly borrowed from Raekwon's "Only Built for Cuban Links," one of the greatest albums of all time, period. It's a mega classic, a Smithsonian masterpiece of an album. But since the fallout with Offset, Quavo and Takeoff have reintroduced themselves to the rap world as this duo. And for this project, they were obviously inspired by Raekwon the Chef, Ghostface, as well as Outkast. You can see it on the cover art, which is essentially a mashup of two albums, Only Built for Cuban Links and Outkast's Stankonia. So those two things going into this album made it seem even more promising. But today I'm not going to do a thorough track-by-track breakdown like normal, but I do want to highlight some of the tracks that stood out. Like the opener to Infinity Links. It's a horn-laced banger that samples Jay-Z's 1-900 Hustler. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that beat, and they do set it off with great flows and energy. The song Tony Starks pays tribute to Ghostface Killer, but the production does not favor the Wu-Tang sound. Rather, it is a nocturnal trap banger that does go hard. The song Bars into Captions samples the exact same beat used for Outkast's So Fresh and So Clean. It's one of my favorites from the track list and easily the most bar-heavy record on the project, as Takeoff flexes his skill set over this classic beat. See Bout It is an up-tempo trap record with triumphant horns. Overall, a good vibe with infectious flows. This song To The Bone with NBA Youngboy could have easily been included on Culture One with its wavy and Twilight production and the catchy hook from Quavo. Then Chocolate with Gunna and Young Thug stood out with its twangy country rap tunes production. I would add Look at This to the list as well for the rich and intricate production. This lush and gorgeous backdrop could have also been a part of Culture One. Then Big Stunner with Birdman. It's an energetic banger that blends the Migos sound with the Cash Money aesthetic of the early 2000s, something good for the gym. Lastly, Us vs. Them with Gucci goes pretty hard with the victorious trap production. So overall, I'm gonna go with the rating of 3.5 mics. I'd say it's the best album from Migos members since Culture, no doubt. Look, we all know that Culture 2 was trash, and Culture 3, while it had some moments, was still a mid-release. But Only Built for Infinity Links is a step in the right direction for the duo, and honestly, I don't think that the absence of Offset affected them in any negative way. I mean, to keep it a buck, they sounded just fine without him. Instrumentally, this project was very solid all the way through. You got a lot of wavy and melodic trap with trippy undertones. Lyrically, it is what you would expect from a Migos project, but Takeoff is the star of the duo when it comes to lyricism, without a doubt, as he demonstrated these abilities in the past, but more so on this album. You know, out of the 18 tracks, there were some that I would skip over, but nothing that was overly trash or super cringy. Obviously, I would have loved if we would have had a Ray and Ghost feature, or even an intro from them. That would have been dope. But hopefully this title alone might inspire younger folks to give the Purple Tape a listen. I know, maybe it's wishful thinking, but I do like the idea of younger artists paying homage to 90s veterans on this project. Clearly, though, the duo was not trying to recreate an Atlanta version of RZA's 95 sound. This was very much a modern day trap album. But at the end of the day, it was a fun and wavy listen that shows the duo taking it back to the basics, and you know, it's a solid project if you want to hear well-produced Atlanta trap. Let me know what you thought about this album in the comment section. It's your boy Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out, but be sure to hit that like button and please subscribe. As always, it's peace and blessings. Quavo, Takeoff, Only Built for Infinity Links 1.